Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
On your mark. Get set.
The time 9.14 seconds.
Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome to the first stream of 2024. Thought I'd seen something that hadn't been updated in the chat, but that's actually a Kotaku story about 2023. Okay, so you might notice a few visual changes to the stream. We have a new UI for Spotify, so if anybody wants to know which song is playing, hopefully this one looks pretty good. Quite pleased with it. I didn't actually create it myself, I just installed it into the stream, but as long as this one's a bit more reliable than the last one was, then we should be good to go. Okay, so apart from the UI for Spotify, I moved the sub bits and raid UI around a little on the left. Also moved the better luck next time. Thank you, TD. Good to see you. Yeah, better luck next time getting a good stream layout worked out. And then the Ko-fi logo, I don't know if it's temporarily or not, has moved up to the top of the inlaid chat window. So that's pretty much it for the visual changes. Now, one of the things I couldn't test until I went live was my automated enabling and disabling based on the time of the year. So now it's not December anymore. On the main screen, the starting soon screen, we've lost the Santa hat and the Christmas lights. I didn't do anything for that, it just detected the date wasn't December anymore, so it disabled those, which is good. And also on this screen, all the Christmassy stuff has been disabled. So if we flip across to the BRB screen and see if that's been taken care of as well. Okay, so all the Christmassy stuff, at least as far as the visuals go, have automatically been disabled. What I did notice is if we look in the redemptions, we still have Dear Santa. For some reason, Santa Dancing was disabled, but Dear Santa was left on there. So we need to take a quick look and find out what's going on with that. The observer.
Rudolph was great, but have you met Blitzgamey?
Let's see. Okay, it finished. Voice mod wasn't open, or it wasn't detecting voice mod for some reason. Audio configuration error. Go to the audio settings and select the correct audio input and output. Oh, voice mod. Why? Okay, so the microphone is correct and the speakers are correct. Continue. All done. Wait, what? Had an auto tune on there. Checking audio driver. Okay, so we will just try that Dear Santa one more time. See if it works with the voice. I bet it's on cooldown or something silly, right? Yep, 3-minute cooldown. Okay, well, while we're waiting for the cooldown, we are going to take a look in StreamVODs and find out why it didn't get disabled. My theory is that we just didn't include it in the actions. So let's enable it there, open it up there. Okay, and we're looking for December, enable. Dear Santa enabled. Did it get disabled? Oh, we've got it set to enabled, that's why. Oops. It's an easy fix. And once we've had one more redemption of it, because, you know, I don't want people wasting their points. No, GGU TD. GG for TD. Let's have a look. We've still got 2 minutes left. Okay, so that looks like it was the only redemption that didn't disable. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. First, TikToks, dad jokes, sound alerts, glowing, gone. That still needs to be on there. Okay, yeah. So the only one that needs to vanish and will vanish after its redemption will be Dear Santa. So one of the things I forgot about was the drop game. You'll notice if we try the drop game, I mean, it has to work for a start, but the drop game is currently set to be the Christmas theme. We need to change the URL. I think I'm going to do that manually. I don't think I'm going to put that in as a streamer but automatic thing. I might do off stream, but I'm not going to worry too much about doing it now. But in the meantime, we need to get across to pixelplush.dev. So if we show browser, and it does flip to that, but there we go, that's the one we need. Okay, so we go pixelplush.dev. Here we are. All right. Oh, we're already logged in. That's good. I'm still not sure how to buy goodies from the goodie market. You actually go through that process if you want to have, say, any of their premium themes. I don't know if anybody else has bought any of the themes. I mean, when you look at the parachute drops, some just say premium, which, you know, this might be a nice to have. It says it needs 10, whatever these are, 10 coins. Let's see what the premium plans are. So Pool Party Splash, there's a free and a premium. I guess premium just has more options, maybe. Yeah, with the premium, like, you get different pool styles. Easter. That's cute with the eggs. Valentine's, also premium. So we could set these to automatically update because the URLs will be the same. We just need to update the source in OBS to do it. But having said that, do you just pay whatever this 40 coins is and then you have it all the time? I'm assuming that's how it works. Christmas Eve premium, which I guess has a Christmas tree on it, so it's different to the normal Christmas. Cauldron premium. Yeah, so it looks like these are just more, you just get more options. This is a premium feature that requires an add-on. Okay. Rainbow premium. Be good for Pride Month in June. Spring Blossoms premium. So it might be worth looking into. But for now, I guess let's go with winter. Okay, so we're doing parachute drop winter. We'll leave the message the same. Username landed 4 points. Don't want the background, don't want the clouds. Do we hide it until the drop? Yes, hide until the drop. Score in chat. Bitches, enable drop via chat. Chat command is drop. Sound volume, points. Channel point cost, channel point cheers. No, channel point group drop for 100. Okay. Refresh timer in seconds every 60 seconds. Good. Click to copy. Okay, so now if we come back to parachute game source, which is apparently hidden, that's why it hadn't come up. Put the new one in. Okay, that. Javasaurus X, how the devil are you? Oh, come on in. Okay, so we're just updating the drop game to be winter instead of Christmas because, you know, it's New Year now. It's not Christmas anymore. I haven't seen you live since last year. I know, it's been, actually, joking aside, it has been a while since I streamed because I pretty much took the last week off of last year to work on some bits and pieces. So, yeah, it has actually been, when I looked at my VODs and it said it's been this many days, I was like, oops. But yes, it was all the way back in last year. Alright, so let's give this drop game a test. If we enable it now, parachute game, enable, and drop. Okay, so now we have the winter one, which is the snowman, instead of the Christmas one, which had candy canes and all that good stuff. Sometimes it's not that comfortable streaming yourself learning. This is true. I'm just trying to learn some Blender and doing some game dev myself. Actually, one of my things I want to learn more of this year is, in fact, Blender, funnily enough. I've dabbled, I've done a little bit, mostly from tutorials, because, you know, it's not like you can just jump into Blender and play around and see what you come up with. I've created things like a hand grenade and a cannon and like real basic shapes from tutorials, but nothing that involved yet. So I think I need to just put on my big boy trousers and just set some time aside and get on with it. Made a cottage. Very nice, doing low poly things and just practicing. Yeah, I think that's the best way to start. It's like with game dev, you know, you're not going to try and create God of War as your first game when you first start using a game engine. You know, you start simple, you build up, and then you just build on that knowledge. So, yeah, I mean, they're pretty much low poly things that I've been doing. So the cottage, was that just something that you created yourself based on your existing knowledge, or was that from a tutorial or a Udemy course? What did you use to create that? Because there's a lot of good content out there. Those that know me know that I work with Penny DeBale of Holistic 3D, and she has a number of courses that she has collaborated on with Mike Bridges. You may or may not know Mike Bridges, the Blender guru, and yeah, some of her procedural generation courses, like procedural generation cities, mazes and dungeons, she actually collaborated with Mike, and there are sections in the course. He talks you through Blender and how to create your own models to use in the course, which is pretty good. Oh yes, dog's butt all the way. I've used AI to generate some cottages, and I've used what I know to make it. Okay, so you're using AI for concept art, I'm guessing, and then you're just trying to recreate them in 3D. Nice. I've used dog's butty to generate some cottages, and then dog's butt used what I know to make it. Yeah, good talk, dog's butt. Thanks for that. Well, that sounds interesting. Yeah, and, I actually like watching other people, especially either people that are learning or the other end of the spectrum where they're very proficient in what they do. I like watching those streams because you can pick up things from both ends of the spectrum. Welcome in, Zintas. How are you doing? It's a Snapcam filter. It's not really something I can... Ow. No, it's not a filter. Yes. I don't know how long it's staying for. It kind of just appeared in December. I wasn't playing Santa at the local hospital for children or something. I have no excuse other than I just thought one day, well, you know what? Let's just grow it out a bit and see what happens. And this is what happened. So, yeah. Oh, stop it. Hey, Clayman. Yes, I haven't seen you all year either. And every time I see you, I always forget, as you probably do, about that intro music, which I think is very calming and soothing. And yeah, I quite like it. So welcome in, Clayman, and Zintaus, and Javasaurus. Great to see you guys. And TD, of course, who is also with us, maybe in spirit at the moment than in person. But yeah, I'm going to try to be a bit more consistent with my streams to the point that I now have it automatically send a, can we still call them tweets? It makes a post on X, formerly known as Twitter. When I go live, it auto posts on a channel in my Discord server, and I have started creating from this week a schedule which doesn't look a lot different to the schedule I had last year, so it's still at the moment, but might change, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 1:30 Central until I fall asleep or you fall asleep. One of those things happens. I might be extending the number of days. I might be going back, depending on how my schedule works out, to the original 5 days that I was doing when I first started. So we'll see how it goes, but also the schedule has on what we should be working on for that day. So Monday and Wednesday I hope to be working on Homeward Hound, my main game dev project, and then on Fridays we have a derail day, as I call it, because, you know, side project Saturday, side project Sunday, it's not on a weekend, so it kind of, I had to make something up, so it's called derail day. So that's what we'll be doing. Posting on X is like posting on Twitter. It is very similar, Zen. Yes, you're not wrong there. My new year was okay. I actually spent most of, or a large chunk of last night trying to finish a book that I was reading. I'd been very lax in reading it, so I thought, oh, I want to get it finished before the year's out. So I spent a few hours last night reading my book, and I finished it, so yay me. First, well, not really first challenge of the year completed, because it was the end of last year, but yeah, I'm hoping to read more this year, have some more time where I'm AFK, as the cool kids say. So yeah, hope everybody else's new year is going well so far. I know some people are further through it than others. I think you're a...
Basically, what you're trying to say is that you can't control it. I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody ship is.
It's the wild colour scheme that freaks me. I mean, when you try and operate one of these weird black controls which are labelled in black on a black background, a small black light lights up black to let you know you've done it. What is this? Some kind of intergalactic hyper...
Welcome in, Chris, aka Tubby Crumbles. Good to see you. And thanks for reminding me that apparently the drop game is behind the new Spotify UI, and for some reason this particular track doesn't have any cover art, but do we want it in front or do we want it behind? I kind of like the fact that you can see the whole of the Spotify UI, but also you can't necessarily see the drop game where it is at the moment. So when the drop game appears, do we want it blocking out? Let's try it. Parachute game. If we put it there, of course it disappears as soon as I... There we go. So it kind of blocks out, doesn't it? But it is only on screen in that position temporarily. So we'll leave it at the front for now, I think. Quick glance without counting is 100. 100 asterisks, yes. And we did copy it, and it's very cleverly hidden so that not everybody can have the same browser source link as me. However, I think we're probably done with this for now. Other than, if anybody knows how to get premium stuff on Pixel Plush, let me know, because I feel like it should be easy, but it isn't. Goodies Market, your wallet. Okay. So we might be able to just buy things, buy coins from here. So $24 gets us 22 coins. Get a 10% bonus over buying 10 coins. Okay, so we'll just go to the goodies market, and I'll guess it's... You can buy extra characters, buy extra things for your drop game. I'm going to guess that most people probably don't buy things in here. What I'm more interested in, really, rather than extra characters and things you can drop, is the premium themes in here. So we have party cakes, you have a premium pool party, splash, Easter, Valentine's, Christmas Eve, extra options on the cauldron, rainbow, and spring blossoms. So without getting premium, we're just limited to these 6 themes at the bottom. Okay, well, we'll leave it as is for now. We've got it working. So we'll close that out. Drop 69.69 and then some. Okay, so an idea I got from Nerduino, and I should probably start doing Fancy Pants shoutouts. I'm usually pretty poor at this. Okay, so Nerdwino, the former NASA scientist, the very clever chappie who has spacey streams, has on his stream, if you get a certain score from the drop game, then you get a free sub to the channel. And if you're already a subscriber, then you can gift the sub either to somebody specific or to a random person in the channel. So I think he got the idea from Astro Canuck, who also does a similar thing. So I thought, well, maybe I'll do a similar thing. But then I need a way to let people know. I'm not sure how Astro Canuck does it, but I know Nerdwino has one of his rotating messages in chat that says, oh, if you score this much on the drop game, then you get a free sub, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. But what I thought I might do is, rather than be that much in your face with it, maybe have a drop command in addition. Yeah, the bot does it. Yeah, in addition to the drop command, add my own drop command that also has a cooldown. So occasionally when somebody does the drop game, it then puts the message out. So that if nobody plays the drop game during the stream, then it doesn't actually say anything about it, which the downside to that obviously is people won't know about it, but the upside is that you don't keep seeing it in chat. So is this always in the center? No, it shouldn't be. It should be at a random point. And if it is always in the center, then we have a problem. It's supposed to randomize where it is from the far left of the screen to the far right of the screen, because the object that I have it on, the source in OBS, is stretched to the whole of the screen. So potentially it could be covering up the word raid on one side, or it could be covering up part of my setup over this side. So if we just wait a moment until it goes off again, we should see it move to somewhere different. Because, you know, being in the center, if it was in the center the whole time, that wouldn't be great for people seeing which song is playing. I saw it on the right earlier. Well, yep, there you go. So not always in the center. And it's gone now. And if I do a quick test drop, there it is. Look. Like a big marshmallow. Okay. So we've run through the visual changes that we've seen. We have updated the drop game.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Do not eat the yellow snow. You could not be more right, Zintaus. And since your name is kind of a yellowy gold, you're probably the best placed person to make that comment. Okay. So we checked all the Christmas decorations. They all came down automatically. Most of the redemptions disappeared automatically. Just hang on a moment. Okay, quick message there from Mr. Gaming. Alright, so the only thing that didn't disappear was the Dear Santa, which we have made disappear now. So if we go to test that, okay, so Dear Santa is now vanished, and we shouldn't see that redemption again until the 1st of December, which is a hop, skip and a jump away from where we are right now. Okay, so what did we have left that I was going to look into? So those that were here on previous streams, when I used to have the TikTok TTS redemptions originally, will remember we used to have characters on screen, but they were glitchy, they caused problems, sometimes they wouldn't go away, so I just made them go away permanently. So we do still have the voices as redemptions. So for example, C3PO.
We are not the droids you are looking for.
But we don't have we don't actually have him on screen anymore. Okay, so all of the redemptions updated automatically, which is good. The only thing that didn't update automatically was the Pixel Plush game. And what also got disabled was we had an option to switch between Plinko and the Parachute game, but that was considered a Christmas redemption because the URLs it switched between were the Christmas ones, so they got disabled as well. So one of the things I wanted to put in, and I thought we could probably leave enabled for January, is a Happy New Year redemption, because, you know, sorry?
Can I have your coffee cup, please? Do you need a cold drink?
No, if we could just top that up and new kit for a minute, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I thought we'd do a Happy New Year redemption, just have it for a single point that people can come in, and maybe so it doesn't get spammed so much, we just have it so it can be used once per person per stream. So we're going to go ahead and set that up before we do anything else today. If we go across to redeems. Okay, so you should still hear me, even though you don't see me, because this is the scene where we set up redeems. So if we have a new group, and in the group, which we will call Happy New Year. Okay, we have a group, and inside that group I've already have a video that I, let's say, extracted from YouTube this morning. So now we need to go ahead and add a media source, and the media source we're going to say Happy New Year GS for green screen. And we should already have the video somewhere under Twitch stream stuff. Well, hello there,
Surely you
Slater.
can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I don't remember saying that, but thank you for catching that word I said. The screen is in fact black at the moment, Slater. I do have to say congrats on first, because you're always first. And at the moment we are on the redemption scene, so I probably need some text or something for new people coming in, so they don't think that there's an issue. And yes, we're currently setting up a Happy New Year redemption. So if I can find the correct folder, which is redeems, and then there's a new folder in here I created this morning called, unsurprisingly, Happy New Year. And then here is the video, and then if we set it on loop, just so we can make sure it's positioned correctly and everything, use hardware decoding when available, close file when inactive, run at 100%, and click OK. Here we go. Yeah, should be black for everybody, Toby, because I'm on a different scene at the moment. Okay, so this is what we'll be using.
You like what you see, huh? You got the good taste.
Berlin, thank you very much for your now 20 months streak of being a subscriber. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, so this is the full screen effect that we're going for. It'll come in and then it'll go out, and then I thought we could have some, we'll just use the normal fireworks that we have alongside it. Jalapeno indeed. I appreciate you too, Balint. Besto friendo. That should be a redemption on somebody's stream. Besto friendo when you do BFF. That would be really good. Okay, so what we need to do, obviously we don't want all this green behind. We need to chroma key that out. So we will drag it into the Happy New Year folder. I'll right click, go to filters, go to effect filters, go to chroma key. And then this particular chroma key will be for green. And there we go. Now, even though we don't have anything behind it, that should be transparent. We'll close that, then we go back to the main display. Okay, so because we chroma keyed out the green, we now see it coming in, sparkle, sparkle, and off it pops again. All right, so now we need to flip back to redeems and turn off looping. Don't need it to loop, we just need it to play once when we enable it. So we will disable it and we will go back to the main display. Thank you very much. My nuked coffee. All right, so now we need to go into StreamVOD, Berlin's favorite bot on the whole of Twitch. Okay, and in here we are going to minimize all these, so we just show the one that we're looking into. We should have one hopefully called Redemptions, something like, here we go, 25 actions. So if we right click, add new one, we're going to call it Happy New Year, funnily enough. Okay, so here's Happy New Year. What are we going to do inside Happy New Year? Well, the first things we need to do is to set the source visibility state of what we just added, the media source we just added in. So if we go to the right scene, which is redeems, oh, maybe it helps if you choose the right one, redeems, and then in redeems we want a media source called Happy New Year GS for green screen. Okay, what we can do is we can test it to make it visible. There it is, and then we'll make it hidden again. Okay, so that works. What we also need to do is some fireworks. So let's have a look in here. Fireworks, cheers, bombs, sub, resub. Fireworks general does 50. I think fireworks general was probably a good one. So we come in here and we run action. Action we want is fireworks general. Select that. Okay, so what we're doing is we're enabling the Happy New Year flying in text. We are setting off fireworks, and then we need to wait before we hide it again. But how long do we wait? So let's jump back into redeems, see how long it does actually last. Looks like it's 7 seconds. Okay. So we can add a delay in milliseconds, so 7,000 should give us 7 seconds. Let's just make it 7,500 to make sure we don't cut it short. And then what do we need to do after that is we need to disable it again so it's ready for enabling next time. Hidden. Okay. So we should now be able to give it a try. So we'll hide StreamVODs. We'll set up a trigger to test it. And give it a test. Okay, what we can probably do is slow down how quick that animation plays, so it doesn't just leave a bunch of fireworks in the background afterwards. So let's go back to redeems. Let's look at the media source. We'll change it to 50%. Let's see half the speed. Okay, let's try that. That might work. Let's give that a try. Back to the main display. Give it another test. Well, what happened there is we slowed it down 50%, which means it's on screen for twice as long, but we didn't change the delay. So now it needs to be, say, 15,500 instead. Okay, now do we want the fireworks behind the text, or do we want them in front of the text? I'm thinking behind, given that they start before the text comes in, otherwise it's going to look weird with the text coming in, but being behind the fireworks that are already playing. I wonder if we can get any audio that says Happy New Year. That would be good, wouldn't it? Show. Oh, I don't need to show browser. It's already there. Look at that. Alright, so we go to freesound.org. My favourite sites for getting audio from. And let's try just Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! Bye-bye!
That just sounds like a creepy horror film, so yeah, maybe not that one. But also make it CC0.
Happy New Year!
Nope. New Year fireworks crowd. Nope. Voice Christmas and New Year.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
No, not really. Fireworks. Donald Duck wishes a Merry Christmas. Not really. Happy New Year. Well, I guess we're not going to get anything on this particular one. It's disappointing. Maybe we can have the pirates say it. One of the TTS voices. Let's have a look. Pirate TTS.
Happy New Year!
Maybe, possibly. A bit more wordy. Happy New Year to all the viewers, maybe?
Happy New Year to all the viewers.
No, that's too much. Just Happy New Year, I think, and then we'll delay it so it doesn't play it until it's on the screen. So one more time.
Happy New Year.
Doesn't sound very cheery, does he? What about if we use Jessie instead? She's a bit more chirpy, isn't she?
Happy New Year.
Okay, she'll do. People recognise her voice. Okay, so let me just get a copy of that. Copy, paste, call it New Year Jessie, MP3, cut that out into Twitch stream stuff, into sound alerts. Actually, it needs to go in the redeems, doesn't it? Twitch stream stuff. Redeems and Happy New Year in there. Okay, back to the redeem scene. We need another media source now in that folder. Add media source. This is Jessie HNY. Browse HNY Jessie. We're not looping it. Restart playback when source becomes active. Yep. Use hardware. Show nothing when playback ends. Close file when inactive.
Happy New Year.
Go to advanced audio properties because it never sets it right. Monitor only, mute output, close, let's try it.
Happy New Year.
Okay, it's Jessie, so we'll hide Jessie for now. Come back to the main display, and then we need to play a sound. Sound we're playing is Twitch stream stuff. Redeems. Happy New Year, Jessie. Test it.
Happy New Year.
Okay, we'll leave it at 100% for now while we test it and see how that is compared to the sound of the fireworks. So we enable it. So we're going to need to mess around with the delays now because we want a delay. We want to start the video playing. It needs to play part of the way through, and then we need Jessie to say it while the fireworks are going. So we just need to do a bit of playing around with the delays to see if we get it in the right spot. So if we go back to redeems, let's see how long we need it to play for before Jessie kicks in. So we try 3 seconds. We got a delay, say 3000, and then that needs to be reduced before it turns off things. So we're gonna play the video, wait for 3 seconds. Actually no, play the video, play the fireworks, wait for 3 seconds, then play Jessie, then wait for another 12.5 seconds, and then turn everything off. So let's give that a test.
Happy New Year!
Okay. Fireworks delay. Sensor stuff. We'll delay 1 more second. Make it 4 seconds in.
Happy New Year!
Okay, so it just lingers a bit too long now, so 50% was maybe too much of a slowdown. Go back to the video, let's make it 60 instead. Okay, so you should be good with that. Back to the main display. All we need to do now is set up a redemption for it. I go to platforms. In fact, let's go back to actions. We'll delete that trigger for it. And then we'll set up a reward redemption. We'll create a reward. I'm going to call it Happy New Year. Once per stream, you can wish everybody well. Okay, I'm going to say max per user per stream 1. No cooldown. Do you want a cooldown as well? No. As long as we put it to a blocking queue, then it should sit behind any other redemptions of it. Actually, yeah, we don't want it going off and off and off, do we? If a few people in here decide they want to do it. So let's say, how many seconds should we give it? Let's give it 5 minutes. So 300 seconds. Background color. What should we have for the background color? Should we just go black? Okay, great. Let's say okay. What we need now is maybe a champagne bottle or some clinking glasses, champagne glasses, the icon. We go here. Champagne cork popping icon. Images. So I want something that doesn't have a lot of detail because it's going to be shrunk down quite small. So when it's shrunk down, we need to still be able to see what it is. It's quite a squat bottle. That might have worked if it was the bottle was better proportioned. Let's try champagne glasses. A little bit of colour would be nice. I don't really want them in black and white. Song's a bit easier on the ears. Okay. Oh, we just have a 2024 icon. This one. It's transparent, that'll work. Right click, save image as. It's not going to work from there because it's doing it as a WebP. Please allow ads or become supporters. Okay. They were transparent. Unless they're still transparent on here, but they just... Nope, they're still showing as WebP. Download PNG. Okay, that's what we need. We right click, cut it from there. Back to the Happy New Year folder and paste it in there. What size is it? 512 by 512. Alright, so now we need to resize it. Let's close that out for now. Open with editor. Okay, so resize image. Need the creator dashboard. For channel point redemptions. We need a 112 square, a 56 square, and a 28 square. So I'm going to do image, resize image. 112 is the first one we need. Apply, file, save as. Oh, 112. .24, 112 by 112, so save that and then do an image, resize image, 56 square, file, save as, it's 56, 56, and then last but not least, as we've done many times on stream before, we resize it to 28. File, save as, 28 by 28. Okay, so now we should be able to drop them into create a dashboard. 112. Oh, they're not transparent. Why? Why you not be transparent? I imported them as transparent. Why did it not retain the transparency when I saved them? It's so weird. File, save as, saving it as a PNG. So now do we have to go and go to remove BG, free background remover. .112 by 112. Okay, background is gone. Download. second one. $56. Download. And then last but not least, I'm going to grab the 28. I didn't come out quite so well, did it? Okay, we'll download it, see what happens. Showing folder, view, extra large icons. So the 112 and the 56 seem to survive pretty well, but the 28 not so much. Let's cut those, put them into the New Year folder. Get rid of 28, 56, 112. Rename these. We now have a 112. And now we have a 56. We're going to have to try and manually resize for the 28. So we've got a 56. We have a 112. Okay, so we go back to the editor and say we want the 56. Yeah, for some reason this editor is just not handling transparency today. Not sure what is going on with that. Nope, don't want to save changes. Nope, don't want to save changes. Open the 56 again. Okay, so now if we do an image, resize image to 28 and apply, file, save as. By 28. As pending changes, please choose a different name of it. Oh Lord. Let's have a look. Okay, we finally got there. No changes to that. Rename that to take the X off. Back over here, 28. Save. Okay, so now we should have a new redemption that says Happy New Year. It costs 1 channel point. It shows 2024 with fireworks. And if we try and redeem it.
Happy New Year!
Alright, that works. Goodo. Alright, so now we can close out all these windows. We can close out that one. Have the redemption. Updated that. That was done. Done that. Alright, so I think it might be time, after I BRB, for some game dev. Alright, I'll see you in a moment. Alright, that's enough Spy Hunter for now. Now, one of the things we talked about earlier, and I hadn't implemented because it wasn't on my list, was about the drop game. So I said about having a command for drop. Don't currently have. And so let me see if we can put that in. That should be a fairly quick implementation. Fun chat stuff. Let's put it in there. So call it drop game text. It'll be drop. Now I'm hoping this will work with the existing drop command, so it should just put it straight in there, but we can test that. Okay, so we want it in a Twitch message. Ignore bot account, ignore internal messages. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now we need to create an action. This won't be under redemption, this will be under fun chat stuff. And we're going to call it drop game. Okay, so just enable these two commands that we had on here previously. So we want to say if the drop game greater than 99, and do hype.
Get hyped for Dukasoft.
Get hyped for Dukasoft indeed. Okay, so we have two drop game commands now. We have drop game all as one word, which monitors if anybody gets the right score. And then we also need another one which just sends a message to chat and says score over 99 in the drop game to get yourself a free sub to the channel, or if you are already subscribing, you can gift it. So let's say score 99 plus. And then the trigger for this is a command, and the command we just created called drop. We just need to find it. Well, if they're in alphabetical order, should have just been exclamation mark drop. Let's have a look. It's not showing up for some reason. Alright, so we go back to commands. So it's called drop game text. Okay. Back to actions. Command triggered. Command is going to be drop game text. There it is. Okay, and then all we need to do now, hopefully, is just set the cooldown on it so it doesn't trigger every time somebody does a drop. Have a global cooldown. Well, let's test it first, make sure it triggers. Okay, so it's triggering okay. So I'll put the cooldown, edit global cooldown of, let's say, 10 minutes. 10 minutes should be good. Okay, so now if we do another drop, it shows it. If we do a drop again, it's on cooldown. Good. All right, that works. Not sure about this playlist. Importing. Come on, Unity, you got this. Well, if it doesn't open soon, we're fixing to raid out because I can't do much with Unity if I can't open Unity. Saying importing, but doing... Oh, they're not doing that, or it's doing it very slowly. while it loads, this is the Rottweiler that we're working with at the moment, and last time we had him running around and animating. We're trying to move him at the right speed so he wasn't Michael Jackson moonwalking when he ran, which we did achieve before the last stream finished. And then what we're going to work on this stream was proximity detection, amongst other things. So when the player goes close to the Rottweiler, he stops what he's doing, so he stops moving, stops his animation, and actually turns to where the player is, as he would do if he was a real dog, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some make it as realistic as possible as far as the movements go, even if it's not a HDRP project with photorealistic dogs. Well, Unity is not playing ball today. It just keeps showing me the screen like it's trying to load it. Oh, here we are, finally. Good job, Unity. You managed to open. Show Unity. Okay, finally got there. So now we can restart the hub, so that will update. Okay, and then let's just hit play on this and have a recap on what the Rottweiler did last time. So I didn't have the project open. and we're just recapping where we were last time, which was we animated the Rottweiler, but because we weren't... Oh, there's the redemption.
Happy New Year!
Thank you, Clayman, and Happy New Year to you too. So those fireworks should finish about the same time as the text spins off, which it did, but I think because we're having a bit of balkiness going on at the moment as far as frames per second. More fireworks than Disney. Yes, 50 to be precise. And if you just type the word firework anywhere in chat like Corn Relish just did, then you get a little tiny firework of your own without having to use the redemption. There it is. Okay. Alright, so if this doesn't run at 2 frames per second when we hit play this time, we should see the Rottweiler moving. The Beagle is the player. So it starts off, and then we have a shortcut key that I set up, which is Z or Z. Okay, so the player's tail starts wagging. We hit Z, and Mr. Rottweiler very jankily is moving. So last time we were trying to make his move speed align with his animation speed, so he wasn't moonwalking like Michael Jackson, and we actually managed to achieve it. However, this time my PC, which needs a new CPU, is on a bit of a go slow, and I'm going to be lucky to do anything on it today. So he just keeps moving, and then if we press the shortcut key again, it should stop him moving, it should stop the animation. Possibly. Oh, Unity Hub was updating. I think that's what was causing some of the slowdown. Alright, well, let's close out Hub. And let's have another quick look at the code. Okay, so we had Z to start him and X to stop him. So we can catch up with him now. Turn around so we can see him. And X should stop him and put him back into his idle position. Okay, so Z starts him off. And then X stops him. Okay. Thank you, Clay. It's not quite moving as fluidly, shall we say, as Epic Hero Game at the moment, which is the game that Clayman is working on. I think we even have it in the shortcut command, right? Yes, we do. Now that link points to the original trailer. I think you've had at least one, maybe two different trailers after that. So if you want me to update the command, just let me know. And I also have a new SO command that I've been working on. So let's try that for Corn Relish and see if that's behaving today or if it needs some more TLC. Okay, so that did a fancy pants shout out, which it should, but it didn't actually give any other text on the screen, which it should. So I'll make that as a point to fix on my fix list. Oh, this PC is just crawling today. It's not even letting me do anything now. Excellent. Thankfully it's not a live stream, right? Oh, hang on a minute. It is! Come on, PC. At least give me control back. Let me do something. Maybe. No? Okay. Finally got some control back. Here we go. Alright, so now we have it, so we can start off the Rottweiler and we can stop him again. It doesn't look janky, it looks like he's just come to a stop, which is good. I'll give it a try one more time. See if we can not have it looking like stop frame animation. Okay, Z, off he goes walking. No janky Rottweilers, exactly. Totally fancy pants. Well, nothing wrong with having fancy pants is what I say. Stop. Go. Stop. Alright. So we have that running. Okay, so now we need to work on the proximity. Show code. Possibly? Maybe? Okay. Alright, so in the code, this is where we're working with the animations. This is where we're just manually triggering the animations for testing. So what we need to do now, rather than use a key press to put him back into idle, we're going to have a proximity test. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this. I could do it by having a collider on him to detect when somebody gets close. That might be the least expensive option, because what I also thought of was maybe doing a distance too and checking the distance from the Rottweiler to the player, but I think if that's trying to check every frame, that's going to be a problem. Alright, let's see how it works if we throw a collider on this bad boy. Show Unity. Okay, so this is what we currently have. He has a script, he has an animator, he doesn't actually have any rigid body for detecting physics, and he doesn't have a collider at the moment. So we can probably add both of those things. Put a rigid body on him. We don't want to use gravity because he's just going to be walking around. We did also create a command, didn't we, for the drop game, and we told it to ignore the bot, which we probably don't want to do because some days the bot is the one that plays the drop game the most, so we need to trigger everything to do with it. Okay, it's updated. Alrighty. So we have added a rigid body, we're not using gravity. I'm not sure if we say is kinematic. I know that's when we need to handle things from script. And I think that pretty much stops it detecting collisions, which is not good because we need to detect when the player comes within range. So we'll not set it to kinematic, but we will add a collider. Question is, what type of collider should we add? Will a sphere collider work best? Yeah, I think sphere collider. Go with a sphere. Sphere collider, and we're going to set it as a trigger. Okay, and now show code. Okay, now in the code, we need to say on trigger enter. So if anybody breaches the trigger, then we're going to send something to the console as a test. Say collider breached. Show Unity. Okay, so now in here we need to go and take a look at Mr. Rottweiler and find out the size. We need to scale the collider. Unity, come on! Unity has decided to make it challenging for me today. So if I ever get control back, what is slowing this down? Yes, 100% on the CPU, I got that. I realise I can't do anything. I think obvious, that's my favourite. Oh, did you finish Unity? Did you finish compiling that very tiny bit of code that I put in? I think you did. Wow. Okay, so back to Mr. Rutty, and there is the collider. It's not a great place for it, is it? It's the default place for it. What we need really is we need to bring it up more above the ground, or do we? That might be the best place actually, as far as getting a perimeter. If we look at it from the top, we probably just need to scale it now and make sure, decide how far out we want it to be before it detects the player. A radius 0.5, radius 1. Alright, I think we need to get these two guys next to each other so we can see what's best as far as proximity goes.
Happy New Year!
Thank you for that interruption, Jesse, and thank you for that redemption, Mrs. Big Amy. Happy New Year to you too. Okay, so I'm going to turn around Mr. Beagle. And let's have a look at it from the top. And let's see how close from the bottom do we think we should be able to get to him before he responds. I mean, that seems a bit too close. I'm thinking the dog would respond before you got that close. So, 1.5 on the radius. Just bring him back around again. Now, how close would this dog have to be to that dog before that dog responded? I'm thinking here. 2.5, would that work? Yeah, let's go with 2.5. Okay, 2.5 radius. It's only set as a trigger, so it won't stop the dog from going anywhere. So now if we hit play, and we have Mr. Rottweiler running, or walking, and then we'll have the player walk up to him, and then when we go inside this green circle, the collider, you should get a message saying collider breach like we saw down here. But we will have to detect for it being the dog that breaches it. Let's just see if it works to start with. I'll run over here. Hi, collider breach, collider breach, collider breach, alert, alert, alert. Collapse those messages, triggered 4 times. Once will be enough. So we show code. Show code. Okay, so in the code, we now need to detect if what breached it was, in fact, the player. So we're already using a tag on the player of animal instead of player, but the player is called, player object is player. So we should be able to pick up the name. So we can say if other dot name was player, and instead of saying collider breached, we can now say player breached collider. Show Unity. Okay, how long are you going to keep me waiting this time? Unity, let's have a look. Wait, hurry up and wait. Okay, so let's give that a try now. You click on the Rottweiler once it starts, be able to see the collider. Okay, let's clear out the console. Across there. And in the top screen, when we see him breach that sphere collider, there it is, player breached collider. Okay. Show code. So what we need to do now when the player breaches the collider is make sure the Rottweiler is in the idle position. So we don't need this debug statement anymore because we know that works. The steps we need are put animal into idle state. This is where it gets a bit tricky. We can make him stop, but then we need to make him turn and face the player. Welcome in, Dukasoft. Good to see you. We actually gave you the Who Subs auto command gave you a shout out a little while ago. So welcome on in, and if you weren't aware, there is actually a Happy New Year redemption that we set up earlier on stream. So there for your pleasure. Okay, so we put animal into the idle state, and then we need to Turn animal.
Happy New Year!
Well, thank you again, Dukasoft, and Happy New Year to you too. As Corn Relish said earlier, more fireworks than Disney. That might go on for a bit too long actually, that might need some fine tuning. And then of course the hype command, where we have even more fireworks. And the word hype that you can't see, black on black. Good job, me. That's one of the things we need to update is the hype command. I need to get that on my list. Well, it's just Fireworks Central now. Okay, so we want to put the animal into the idle state, which this should do, and then turn animal to face player. What we don't want is, okay, put him in the idle state and then just rotate him, because dogs just don't rotate by themselves, do they? So we need to make this look as realistic as possible. But what we'll do first is we'll save this. We'll save this code, and then if Unity responds to us quicker than the long waits it's been making us hang around for, we should be able to give it a test. Show Unity. And see if the player at least, or the Rottweiler at least goes into its idle state when we breach the collider. So, okay, look at you, Unity, trying to do quick compiles. So we're going to hit play, see what happens. So once it starts, we'll press Z, which is the test key we've set up to make the Rottweiler walk. And instead of pressing X to have him go back to idle, this time he should go back to idle as soon as we breach his collider. So off he goes. And this is only a test environment at the moment. It's a test yard that he's walking around. Eventually he will be in a cage, and then we'll be able to limit his movements more. So we'll breach that collider in the top screen. Okay, when we did that, he stopped what he was doing, went back to his idle state. Clearly need to work on some clipping there. Is he still animating? Yes. It's a very subtle animation, but he is animating. Okay. This error is an error with Unity, and I believe is tied in with this particular version of Unity that I'm using, so we might have to upgrade Unity at some point to get rid of these silly errors that are actually part of the editor. Okay, so we managed to stop the dog in its tracks. Give that one more try. I know, Clay, it's annoying because when I look up the error, it's like a null reference exception, but it's on some wake up thing. There it is, look. Unity editor.graphs.edge.wakeup. When I Google it, it actually says that it's a Unity error. And sometimes it's one of those errors because you have the package manager open, close it out and it goes away. Sometimes restart in Unity and it goes away. So I just don't worry about those. If it's something that I've done, then, you know, I'm happy to spend time working on fixing the error, but not if it's a silly engine error. Okay, so we'll press Z to have him walking. Off he goes. And when we get close enough to him, then he stops, which is the first stage. All right, show code. Show code. Maybe. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we need to turn the animal to face the player, but we also don't just want to rotate him. So do we have, we don't have between referenced in here at the moment. So we are using dg.tweening we can use do tween to rotate him slowly. But what we need to do is we need to be animating him at the same time. Unity errors are the worst, baby errors are fixable. Exactly, yeah. If I was a baby, I could probably fix some of these things, but yeah. You gotta love Unity. Okay, so if I remember correctly, if we go back to
Bitly the Kid. $100,000 reward for his capture.
Excuse me, Dukasoft. That was not your cue to turn me into a baby so that I can fix the errors. That is not where this was supposed to go. You can just wipe that germ smug look off your face right now, young man. Okay, well, now I have no glasses because babies don't wear glasses, but also I can't see now. Everything's a bit blurry. So, thank you, Dukasoft. I just can't thank you enough. Okay, so if we go back to Unity, which my voice commands won't work now because my voice is different, slightly. We need to manually turn Unity back on. Okay, so if we look at the animator, and then we have the Rottweiler selected, and we need this controller. Why is it not showing? What have you done, Dukasoft? You broke me and you broke Unity. What's going on? Okay, so is there a Rottweiler here somewhere? This is the Rottweiler. This is his controller. So why is it not showing me what I need? Where's it all gone? You done broke it. Okay. Well, I know we did.
Bitly the Kid escaped. No reward for you.
Haha! No reward for you today, Dukasoft. Okay, so I don't know if this error is causing me issues with the animator. Well, that's animation. We don't need that, so we can close that tab. But animator. Okay, if we look at animator on Rottweiler, we should see his controller, this Cage Dog AC. What about the player? Do we see the player? Anything on the player? Layers? Nothing. It's broken. Whatever this is has broken the animator. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to BRB for a little bit and try and get this working. Knowing how quick Unity is today, it might be a minute or two, but give me a moment. I will be right back.
Why did the burglar hang his mugshot on the wall? To prove that he was framed.
Happy New Year!
communication setup, cutting off the enemy from rescue.
Dukesoft, you must be talking about Operation Wolf. The arcade cabinet that actually had, well, it didn't have actual Uzis, but had semi-automatic machine gun replicas attached to the cabinet. I remember that game. Used to like that. That's one of the things about the videos I put on that screen. They're all ones that I have fond memories of. So definitely curated. Yes, Operation Wolf was the title of it. Well, Unity is not behaving today. It's not really allowing me to do what I need to do, and that, coupled with the fact that my PC has decided to be on a go slow, means I'm probably going to raid out at this point. We've just tipped over a couple of hours, so I think we're going to call it a day. I can never remember names. Yeah, it's frustrating when I can't sometimes, especially when it's something that especially when it's something like an arcade game I used to like. It took me the longest time to find one called iRobot I used to play many moons ago. Yeah. Welcome in, Magister X, and a Happy New Year to you too. In fact, I'm going to... Actually, I'm not going to. I guess the one per stream even applies to me as well. There is a Happy New Year redemption for 1 point, but I guess it doesn't let me do it either. And a Happy New Year to Fizzbuzz as well, who snuck in when I was on the BRB screen. Good to see you. So we're going to probably call it a day today, since Unity and my processor are conspiring against me. And we'll pick things up on Wednesday, when hopefully I've put some steps in place to make things a bit more smooth. So let's have a look, see who we're going to raid out to. We'll head on over to the stream ending screen. We will make sure the music is back on. And let's have a look, see who we can raid out to today. See which of our friendos is streaming at the moment. Do 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 do. See, Scent of Decay is on. Let's have a look, see if... Well, she's been on for 3 hours 40. She's playing a game called Sumaya. Let's have a look. What else we have on? Risto is on. Let's see what Risto's doing. Yeah, he's just chatting. He's been running for 3.5, so he's been on for a while as well. Alright, well, it doesn't look like Risto is raiding out, so we're going to go ahead and raid over to RistoRock88 today, who does a lot of streams for mental health. He's one of the good guys, and it's always a good time over there. He sometimes has coffee talks, sometimes has gaming streams, So should definitely give him a follow. But you can do that, of course, when we're over there. So 1 bit content for you, even if it your internet is conspiring on your side. Yes, everything seems to be against us today, but hopefully, all being well, next stream will be different. So Rista Rock stream is flagged for mature audiences, just a FYI. And at least the raid out widget is working today. Look, it's raiding time. We're about to raid Rista Rock 88. Oh, and hang on, I might have something that stops that mature message from coming up. Actions. If I'm quick, I might be able to get to it before. Approve mature stream. Test trigger. Start watching. Okay. Alright, so there is Risto in quite the loveliest of hats, I have to say. So we're going to go over and see what he's doing today. And let me see if we've even got some raid out text. Yes, there it is. At least my stream deck is working. So I will see you over at Risto's, and if not, I will see you back on Wednesday at 1:30 Central. Thanks everybody. Catch you then. Bye.